Hello, how are you? This is Alex, local realtor here in the area. Wanted to make a quick video on places to live here in Lafayette if you're considering moving in from outside the state. Maybe you have a student going to Purdue University and you are, like many parents, considering by going the tuition, housing, fee, and maybe instead finding a place to buy so that your student could live in for the next 2 to 6 years. And then, of course, you could sell it for a profit. Plus, you get a tax write off. I mean, there's so many benefits to that. However, I will tell you, if you look at the map of Lafayette, you have West Lafayette, the Wabash River, and Lafayette down here, and obviously Purdue University is there. Um, they're in the West Lafayette area. Housing market is very tight, very limited inventory if you're looking for something affordable. And when I say affordable, I mean like 150 to 250. Anything under that, you're really just wasting your time. There's nothing out there. There's a handful of condos that may come up. They're so far and few in between, and even those are really expensive because of the association fee on a monthly basis. You might as well just buy a house, a single family home. Anyway, the strategy here is very simple. You purchase a home for, let's just call it $200,000 just outside of campus. Call it a 15-20 minute drive to campus. And then you leave it up to your student to make some friends at school that are looking to rent a room. And now you have a 3-bedroom home with a $1,500 a month mortgage, and then you rent rooms out. You have 3 bedrooms, one in which your student lives in and 2 to rent. And even at $300 a month, $500 a month, depending on whatever you agree on, it darn pays for itself, right? At least it'll pay a big chunk of that mortgage. Don't forget you get a tax write-off. Don't forget that you're building equity when you turn around and sell that home. 4 years down the road, at the very minimum, you're looking at a 2% increase in home value year over year. So even if you broke even, you win, and you win big compared to paying housing tuition here in the area. So things to consider, again, if you're trying to stay extremely within walking distance to the university, very tough. You're probably not going to find anything unless you want to pay 400 plus. So consider your student. Hopefully they are a driver and they have a vehicle where they can commute to and from school at a very short 15-20 minute car ride, an easy car ride at that, too. 52 straight down takes them right there. Doesn't really matter where they live. I would consider 47909 zip code, 47905 zip codes for places in which I would live and I would have my student go. As far as your curiosity on what Lafayette has to offer because you don't know the area, it's simple. Everything is here. Everything that your student will need is here. We have Walmarts and we have Targets and Starbucks seem to be everywhere. Panda Express, there's another one that's just opening up here in town, another Panda Express. We have a mall. We have entertainment in downtown Lafayette. We have Long Theater. They have shows, magician shows, musicals, concerts, bands, things of that nature that happen there. Restaurants are in abundance. They're everywhere, whether they're a franchise restaurant like Panda Express, as an example, or Applebee's. We have a lot of small business restaurants here in town, so that shouldn't be an issue. As far as anything else, about an hour and 15 minutes south to Indianapolis Airport and in the Indianapolis area for many, many other things to do. 2 hours to Chicago, driving north to the other airport out there in O'Hare Airport or maybe even Midway. And then, of course, I just mentioned that for travel purposes, when your student wants to fly back home, things like that. But everything is here. It's a great community, very tight-knit community, very supportive of Purdue University. Like I specifically and my company sponsor Purdue University. We are the only preferred real estate company for Purdue University. So we try to assist as much as we can, and I'm sure that our contributions assist the students as well. I think mostly in the athletic department, but definitely something to consider. What else can I tell you? I mean, I think as long as they have a vehicle, they'll be fine. Everything is here. The weather could be a little cold, depending on the time of the year, and the winter. So if you're coming from California or San Francisco, yeah, it's going to be cold, so you're going to have to get used to that for sure. However, summer times are great. Springtime is awesome. Falls are great. You're really just looking at about 90 days of winter. This year, knock on wood, we've had a super mild winter, and it's been great. Like literally, I can think of maybe one snowfall that we had, and it was nothing. But other than that, yeah, I mean, if you're considering saving some money and buying a home instead of paying living tuition or room and board through the school, just please note, you're not the only parent thinking the same thing. Therefore, this time of the year, right before school starts, there's probably a couple hundred parents trying to do the same thing. So you need to be very strategic as well. Have a local lender with a pre-approval ready, locked, and loaded. You probably shouldn't be extremely picky on the type of homes that are available, especially if you're trying to keep the costs down. Maybe once you purchased a home, you know, a little bit of paint and some new carpet and off you go. Think of it as an investment property. Think of it as a rental. And think of it in that manner, right? You probably don't want anything too fancy. Something that'll just be safe and cost effective. So I would then recommend, again, a 15-20 minute commute from campus in order for you to find something that fits that world. And 150 is really pushing it. There's not much out there for that price point, at least not something that's going to need a lot of work. I would say somewhere in that 200 world is kind of where you need to be, give or take, you know, 10, 15,000 one way or the other. But that's what you need. Please, if you have any questions whatsoever, something that I may have missed in this video, please shoot me a text message or a quick phone call. I'd be more than happy to have a short conversation with you and answer any questions that I can as far as the current real estate market, commute times. As far as areas, I'll let you know. You guys just go to Google and you could Google crime rates if that's a concern for you guys. This is some information that I possibly cannot share with you, though I will say you will be very hard pressed to find areas here in Lafayette, West Lafayette, that would be of a concern. So with that said, do your homework, do your research. I'd be more than happy to assist as much as legally possible in answering your questions. But other than that, please follow me for more. Hit the like button, subscribe. If you need any more detailed information on anything in specific that you're looking for, please let me know. But just to recap this video, if you have a college student looking to move here into the area from out of town and you're considering paying the school or getting a rental, just think of it as an investment property. Get a nice little 3-bedroom for single family home. Student could live in one room, rent out the other 2 rooms to some other students at $300 to $500 a room per month. It'll almost pay for itself by itself. Again, in addition to the tax break, in addition to just building equity, even at the very end, you may just break even, if not make a little money when you sell it 2 years later, 4 years later, 6 years later, whatever the time frame is for your student. Again, my name is Alex, and if you have any questions, I am more than happy to answer them for you. Please let me know.